What's going on, guys? Beast Mode always back, and today I wanted to talk with you guys about how to improve your multiplayer experience on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And I have a couple of tips that I think if you guys utilize, it will help your gaming experience and make your gameplay a little bit better than it has been. So without further ado, let's go. First off, guys, I want to start by saying that this list is not to be taken in this particular order. It's just some random things that I think that if you guys utilize or put this towards your gaming experience, it'll make it a whole lot better. I know a lot of guys and a lot of people have been playing this game and been having a lot of problems just like everybody else. I mean, you can Google it, you can YouTube it, you can look in people's streams, and you will see that you are not the only one that's been having these issues, from tick rate issues to connection issues, lagging, just the game playing at like a mediocre state. So I came up with some tips that I think that can help people, even if you're an enhanced gamer or if you're not. Some of these things that a lot of people do know, but there are some things that people don't know. So if you follow these little tips, you may have a better experience that you have been having. So let's start off with the first tip. Try to play in a party. I recommend that you try to play in a party. If you're not that good of a player solo, try to play in a party. What happens if you play in a party? You might play with people that you can communicate with. You play with people that you know that might be a little bit better than people that you might be paired up with. What I have been seeing when I play solo, I'm always paired up with people that's way less of a experienced gamer than I am, and they could do things that get you killed. So if you're in a party, you can talk with people, make sure your party using a mic, and you'll have a better chance of killing people, communicating, trying to find where this person at, calling out the spawns, calling out where you got killed at. When you're just in a random game, we're playing with a random blueberry or people that just not well at the game, it can cause you to do bad because people, they have no way of knowing where to go. They sit in the back of the spawn, they don't know how to kill people, and it's kind of frustrating. So tip number one, try to play in a party. You can get a better experience. Tip number two, there is a feature in the game that allows you to check your ping during a real-time game. All you have to do is press the options button, scroll over the options, look down in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see network, scroll down to connection meter and make sure it's on. If you look at it, you will see where your ping is. Now, your ping, you want to have a lower ping. A lower ping means that your bullets or the signal is going to take a less amount of time to get to where it needs to get. A higher one is going to take longer. So if you're playing in the game with like 100 and something ping, 9 times out of 10 your bullets are going to connect later. You're just going to have a lesser experience or worse experience than you would if your ping was lower. So during the game, now you can't do this before the game, you want to do it during the game. When you start the game, that's where you want to go check your ping and see if your ping is somewhere between you want somewhere like in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. I even say 50s, even though 50 is kind of high, but you definitely don't want anything in the hundreds or 200s or 300s. Your gaming experience is going to be horrible. So make sure you check that. If it's something that you don't want, if it's too high, I recommend backing out, finding you another lobby so you can have a better experience at the game. Tip number 3, find a goal for you to achieve, whether it's camos, whether it's prestiging, it don't matter what it is. Find yourself something to grind at. Master prestiging. It's better to find something to go or strive towards than to just get on the game and just play the game, because you're going to get very, 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 very frustrated. If you're going after something like camos and stuff like that, you know that you're going to have a certain type of grind to go after, so your experience might be a little bit better. Number 4, I would go for the highest bandwidth possible. This is like going back to the ping conversation that we just had. If you go to press the start button, go to your settings, go down to networking, you will see that it also shows your NAT type and it also shows your bandwidth. If your bandwidth is kind of low, I would say like 1,000 or 2,000 or something like that, you're still going to have a good experience playing the game, but it's a lot better if you have a higher bandwidth, to 3,000 to 4,000 and so on. Check your bandwidth. If your bandwidth is low, on the lower side, I recommend you restarting your modem, restarting your router. So I understand people live with a lot of people, so you can't just do a whole lot of recycling or turning off or repowering or things like that with your modem and your network, because it's going to shut off everything in the home. If you find time to restart your modem, restart your router, give it a refresh, if you go back inside of the game, you will see that your bandwidth probably changed. It probably got better, it probably got worse. Hopefully it did get better. If it did not get better, I recommend doing it again, probably waiting a little longer before you plug it back up. Unplug your modem, count to like 20 seconds, do the same thing with your router. After you do the modem, plug it back up and see what your bandwidth is. Now the fifth and final thing that I think it will give people a better experience, leave the bots alone. Do not practice on these bots, guys. In the past, playing Call of Duty, we have been practicing and getting warmed up with bots. We have been working on our aim with bots. We have been checking out the spawns with bots, the score streaks, the kill streaks, all this stuff with bots. The thing about Black Ops 4 is the game is no way near finish as far as connection and all this stuff goes, so your bots are not going to move like people move in multiplayer. Well, what happens is on Black Ops 4, when you get in multiplayer, people are going to be jittering across the screen. People movements are very different. They do things that bots do not do. Bots will just run at you or run past you. Well, multiplayer, people are going to jump, slide, they're going to be sweaty. So all that aiming and all that stuff that you did after a slow bot, when you get in multiplayer, you're going to be thrown off and you're going to be all over the place because the movement and the whole gameplay is totally different. I hope these tips help you guys. If you have any comments or if you have any other tips that I may have left out or you can share with other people that's been struggling at the game, please feel free to put it down in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all do. If you don't, hit the dislike button. But this your boy Beast Mode. Gone.